Okay, so welcome back to the discussion on Modern Warfare 3's kill streaks and the kill streak system. In the previous video, we discussed best kill streaks, favorite kill streaks, overpowered kill streaks, and potential map-specific kill streaks. But now we're going to just have a bit of a chat about whether or not we should stack kill streaks. So, like Modern Warfare 2, where you get a 5 kill streak, you drop a Predator in, you get 2 kills, then you get your Harrier, you use your Harrier, you get your Chopper Gunner, you get your 20 kill streak, and then you die and you start again. Or like Black Ops, should you have to get your kills with your gun to unlock the kill streaks, and then sort of it takes away the effectiveness of starting with a low powered kill streak to boost you up to your higher kill streaks. Personally, I do like both methods. I kind of think it's dependent on how high the top level of kill streak is. So Modern Warfare 3 is most likely destined to bring back the nuke. If you had a nuke which was a non-sequential or non-stackable kill streak, then you're going to have to limit that to 15 or 18 kills or something, which is very much so a much more attainable level than I think getting a 25 with stackable kill streaks. So what do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's the kind of argument with stackable and non-stackable. I mean, you've got various games doing various things, because of course you've got Homefront, which is using the point system, as well as something like Battlefield. And obviously, I've not had too much of a foray into that. I've kind of stayed away from those kind of games. But what would do you think the kind of points, the scalable point system works? Because it's kind of hard for me to be objective on that, because I've only really obviously played more COD and Crisis style of things. And I'm in terms of stackable, non-stackable, I'm kind of for and against both. I mean, I think non-stackable achievements is more reliant on the core player then to achieve those kill streaks. So I think it's slightly fairer than stackable. But maybe you could implement almost a mix. Maybe there's an opportunity to say you can go stackable up to a certain level, and then you've got to do the rest on your own.
But that would be kind of difficult to deal with. So you'd have a problem with the fact that if you took or got yourself to say 7 kills and you brought your 7th kill streak in, and that was your highest level of stackable kill streaks, it kind of makes that kill streak redundant. But I can see where you're coming from. It'd be difficult to try and get it to work, I guess, get it right. Related to the battle point system for the Homefront, I think it works really well, because the way in which the battle point system, the advantage that gives the player is that it no longer matters if you get 2 kills then die, then get 5 kills then die, then get 3 kills then die. You can still get your weapons, you can still get your vehicle, you can still get your kill streak. So it puts the kind of targeting of your mentality back onto the objective of the game. So if you're playing like a capture the flag or a domination style gameplay, if you push for that objective, you get points towards your kill streak, even if you're not making any kills. So you can theoretically, as long as you're rushing for the objective, you can get 5 kills, die 15 times, and still get your Apache or your tank or your high level vehicle, because the game rewards you for just playing the game. So that's kind of the way in which the battle point system is there. It's designed to take the emphasis away from kill streaks and put it back onto the objective, but rewarding you for doing that. So the reward for capturing a flag was more than 5 kills again. No, sorry, more than getting the kills. So therefore, it puts you in the mindset: if I want the helicopter, I'm going to push for the objective, because it's more rewarding to do that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think there needs to be more of a shift towards rewarding objective gameplay. Countless times playing, Domination, where it's an easy kind of game type for players to go out and get their high KDs, because you know people are going to be in certain areas, and players will move in certain directions around the map to keep points to each of the domination spots. And so you've got to somehow then try and reduce, maybe only in that game type, maybe you have certain rules for certain game types, where within that domination style game, or any kind of objective style game, you will get more heavily rewarded for advancing the team's progress towards the completing that objective, rather than just someone who's going in there just to pick off people. But then there's always that argument there that surely if you're there sat on the side picking off people, stopping them get to that spot, that surely that's helping the team.
But there has to be a sort of limit. There has to be a sort of a level of within, because it all depends about how the objective type game is being played. So within a domination gameplay, I'm a massive advocate of the 2-to-1 domination system, and I'm forcing sort of a spawn trap. So rather than pushing for the triple cap and going for a huge margin of victory, once you've got 2 flags, you can divide your team between those 2 flags, and you should be able to defend them really well. And let them have the last flag, let them stay spawning at that area of the map, and you know which of the doors they're going to be running through and where they're going to be coming from. And that sort of system only really works if you're playing either with a really friendly sort of random team or with a team full of people you know, because there's always going to be that random that runs into their spawn, switches the spawn and messes up your system. And that kind of encourages camping, but with an objective in mind. So the same sort of scenario occurs in Capture the Flag. If you've got 6 players in your team, there's no reason why you can't have 2 people who sit on the flag and defend it, 2 people who go into the middle of the map and just try and mess up the opposition team, and have 2 people that are rushing the flag to try and actually win the game. But you have to have 6 players that you know that are with you to organise that. So the difficulty is you can't have objective game without having the team of mates to play with, because you can't join a random game of domination and say, well, I'm going to defend A, when it turns out that 3 of your other teammates might want to defend A as well, because it's where they prefer to sit and camp. So trying to force people into the objective gameplay is going to be difficult if you've not got teams of people playing together.
And then that leads back to the issue that we had with I think it was in Black Ops with party chat, and the kind of the took that option away to try and cull.
Yeah, so within Modern Warfare 2, if you joined as a party, when you actually started the game, it would tell you all to join game chat, so that the 3 of you that were in the party could communicate with the 2 that might be randoms or in a separate party. And it would mean that, logically, if you were trying to communicate well, you could communicate with the randoms and try and see if you can get the game to be winnable. Whereas, like you're saying, in Black Ops, if you're in a party, even if you're just in a party that someone else is playing a completely different game, you can't communicate or even hear the conversation that's going on in the Black Ops game, and so therefore you are just one-manning it and just winging it on your own with no idea what else is going on.
I just find it harder. I think it's harder to coordinate if you're with, if there's 6 on the team and there's 3 mates and then another 3, or 4 and a 2. It's tricky if those people are going to play in a certain way and you're going to play in a certain way. In a kind of game chat style scenario, you're kind of just shouting over one another. Granted, yeah, let's all try and get along and work together. But the world's not always like that. You're not always going to be able to play with another set of people who have their own kind of mini objective, their own team objective in mind anyway.
Well, you can always mute them, and that sorts that problem out. If they're not going to play along, just mute them and get rid of them. It's fine.
And thus, surely surely party chat doesn't really. I mean, granted, you could obviously have people from the team, but it's still. I think it's still, like you said, it's almost null and void when you can just go in and mute people in game chat anyway.
It's true. Okay, so the last sort of thing to try and wrap the system up is the nuke. So the nuke obviously was a massive feature of Modern Warfare 2. Wasn't involved. It's a game-winning scenario. Should there be if you get this, you win kill streak? I thought it was just quite a dramatic end to a match. Whether you're gunning for kill streaks yourself, or you're on the losing team that's just getting absolutely destroyed, I think it's quite a climactic way to finish that kind of to finish the match. And I think it's as long as it was obtained genuinely, there wasn't any kind of fixing going on. I think it's a brilliant way to totally just kind of say, like, we've won, this team has won, we've just destroyed this. Let's launch this kind of devastating kill streak, just because I think it's just a great way to just kind of celebrate that victory. I don't think there's a lot of people who could obtain the nuke. It was never something I ran myself. I never really wanted to obtain. I don't kind of really play for high kill streaks. And so I always enjoyed when that occurred. It was never something that annoyed me. It was never something that really, that bothered me or I thought should be taken out. I always was like, the nuke's coming in. I thought it was just kind of a fair point to end the game, that someone is absolutely dominating and destroying. And I think it's kind of a celebratory way to just say, yep, hands up, we've lost this one. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, okay, so I hope everyone's enjoyed our 2-part sort of open discussion about Modern Warfare 3 and the sort of kill streak system we've got in place and how we hope it goes forward. Okay, so thanks for listening, guys. Please leave a rate and leave a comment. Let us know what you think and if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next vid. Say bye, Tom.
Indeed, catch you all later.